Welcome to this guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Breathe. Just breathe. You have arrived. There's nowhere to go. There's only this, right here. And of course, it's easy to try here to want to employ some sort of technique in order to gain something. But all of that is just seeking the future. Can you, for a moment, stop seeking the future? Stop seeking things from outside of you and just be here. So just breathe in and out. Let go of seeking. Let go of trying to let go. And just breathe. And notice how the mind will keep trying to return to gaining, achieving. It runs in the background, looking ahead. It even wants to stop seeking, or to give up the future, or to be present in order to get something. It's very subtle. But these thoughts are like sounds, or the feeling of your left foot. They just happen. And they aren't you. In fact, they are observed in the same way you are observing my voice. The same thing that hears this voice is the same thing that hears thoughts, and therefore isn't thoughts. And if they're not you, you don't have any concern with them. Just breathe. Notice the breath. In and out. In and out. For no reason at all. And when you notice that you're thinking, like I just may have caught you doing, it's not you doing the thoughts. It's your attention is stuck in thoughts. So again, just come back to the breath. For no reason at all. Let it all run on in the background. As it usually does. Breathing. Here and now. breathing in and out. When we leave thoughts alone, when we remain with the breath and this moment, we can see how our mind really is. And if we can see our mind, we are not our mind. So cease from seeking, cease from becoming. Cease from gaining. Don't be this or that. Just be and completely rest. You ever feel a certain way, like negative, kind of all the time, like a default, like gloomy? Or maybe you're an anxious person. You feel like the world is anxiety driven. It's very dangerous. There's always something out to get you, to hurt you, to kill you. Or do you feel kind of depressed, or nothing's good enough, hopeless future? What we don't realize, and and I'm still learning, really, is that thoughts will have this kind of outward experience. Like, let me think about this, and I got this problem, and then I got to go over here. But then there's also this other layer of thoughts that seems to just work in the background. And if you're kind of maybe a little bit older in life and you've just learned to work with your own mind, you've learned to kind of let these thoughts kind of go a little bit. Like for me, it would be anxious thoughts. And it would just be like, I wouldn't even be aware necessarily that there's something I'm anxious about. It was just all of a sudden I feel this anxiety, shivers in the solar plexus, that feeling of adrenaline, like the slow drip of adrenaline. Like, why am I, I don't even know what I'm thinking about. But then when I come to practice, then it becomes clear. Because all of that stuff that goes on in the background comes into the foreground. And then when I learned to practice during the day, it starts to become clear, oh, there's a thought about anxiety. I'm doing something, and then my mind will say, what if this happens? And then it's like, oh yeah. But during the day, I just like, oh yeah, then whatever. I keep going. It didn't matter. But it just it keeps showing up in the background. But now I'm anxious and I don't know why. And I think this is probably similar with depression. You're just feeling crappy and crummy and you just can't figure it out. But if you pay attention to what's going on, you'll see that there's these thoughts that are just happening, kind of this undercurrent that's just been kind of conditioned into your mind, that has slowly festered over the years, that kind of controls your behavior. And what this practice does is it allows those things to be clear. And when they are clear and you can see it happening, then you can let it go. Not let it go like throw it away. Not let it go like changing your thoughts, which is also beneficial. But letting it go where you don't have to be reactive to it anymore. I noticed this on my last retreat. There's last solo retreat I did, it was just so clear about every thought that shows up. It would somehow get stored as every thought about the future, kind of got stored as just this kind of adrenaline. Oh my goodness, what? Oh, and I just felt it just building up on its own, and I'm like, oh, crazy to see that happening so clearly. And because of that, it just kind of stopped happening because I'm noticing it. Somehow just being able to see these things is its own healer. So if you're finding yourself in some particular mood or some sort of something going on in your life, and maybe it's not a particular reason and you're kind of confused what's going on, just remember that the mind is very, I would say, layered, really. I don't mean this literally, but there's definitely this, the foreground, everything that you feel like you're paying attention to, and then there's this undercurrent of stuff that, we can even say the stuff we kind of sweep under the rug. And so practice allows that stuff to come to the surface, not to scare you, but to see how the mind really is. And when you actually just see it, somehow it doesn't happen as much anymore. It doesn't fool you. You learn to just stop becoming reactive to the little voice that's telling you how bad things are. Which is why I always repeat what my teacher told me, and it's always stuck with me. Practice. Whatever you do, wherever you are. I know you can watch videos and think that you're, becoming enlightened just by listening to some talk, or you feel like something is working just by seeing it once and it's all done, and you hear people say, "Oh, you don't need to meditate, everything is perfect as it is." That's kind of true, but if you're attached to thinking, you need to meditate. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just practice. Just practice. Thank you for your time today, and I'll see you Friday.